want a ticket straight to them pearly gates.
This game is streamlined to such an extent that being a turtle and playing defensively almost most of the time is not an option. You'll only see real defensive play once you get to like Tekken God and people actually start to guard you and stuff. But for the most part, like I see people in Tekken King even just hitting buttons,
Yeah.
playing an advanced form of Simon Says. And it's like, what are we doing here? It's like there's no defense, no nuance, no patience, nothing. And you see these players, and then you think to yourself, what's the point of being defensive in the first place
Yeah.
if everyone is just hitting buttons?
Heat is something that you just do and it just works. But what happens when you're on the receiving end of it?
I don't know if you've noticed. The hype in tournaments has certainly gone down. I don't know how these Korean players do it. They play this game for 8 hours a day.
Arsenal said he plays for roughly the same amount of time. He said he gets depressed doing it. That's not
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Exactly. Dude,
That-
that's so fucked up. That is so insane.
yeah, like when he said that,
It
everyone
really
saw it, but
is.
everyone like forgot. Like that's still a thing. Like he probably still
Yeah.
feels that way.
The Tekken 8 template is essentially just mix up heavy gameplay, and they cannot undo that. They can't. It's integral to the gameplay of the game and how it works in Unreal Engine 5, and they're just gonna double down.
Yeah.
And they've doubled down with Clive extremely.
I think it was the Frame Whisperer video, but he said like they're making so much money off of this game without having to balance it. That's the dream. Your gameplay doesn't matter, but you still make a fortune.
I have a lot of friends who I played Tekken 7 with, and they played with me on the couch. Like they didn't care about online, but they bought every single DLC. They bought every single microtransaction. Why? Because they could and they thought it looked cool. I feel like that's kind of who they're adhering to with all this heat shit. I mean,
Yeah.
why else is it here? Take a guy who dropped like 1,000 hours in Tekken 7, made it into, I don't know, Kishin or something. Do you think he wants a safe one button plus on block stagger move? No, right? Because that'll dumb down the gameplay. But you know who does? Fucking 10-year-old Timmy who has his dad's credit card and is about to buy every single DLC because it looks shiny and cool.
Yeah.
That's who this game is for. It's not for, the hardcore guy who's been playing this game for years. No, it's for Timmy.
And now you have a lot of people who are just starting to just straight up leave. And I wonder what that will do to the player base. This game isn't big enough to just completely ignore the hardcore players.
It doesn't feel like paying attention to the players is their main priority. They're just kind of thinking of what comes next in terms of making money, which is why Bandai Namco is such a disgusting company because that's all they think about. They never think about the player at all.
I just hope that it works. All of this stuff that they're doing, I just hope that it works because it would be very disappointing if they ruined the game, the balancing, the gameplay, everything, and at the end of it, casuals doesn't even show up. That would be
Yeah.
the worst thing to happen.
How do you personally like do you battle with feelings of like not wanting to play this game? Was that present in Tekken 7?
No, it wasn't present. I used to play Tekken 7 all the time. But in Tekken 8, I don't play this
Mm.
game as much. Like I play Tekken 8 for probably like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. What I think is the main reason why I don't play is just like there's no motivation there. I feel like the game is way too easy. It's way too simple, and also it's like super samey. I do a lot of the same things here and there, and it all just works.
Oh, what?
So
The
after
battle pass isn't motivating you?
nah.
Dude, but you gotta get the items. You have to.
But you know about the battle pass is like super easy to unlock stuff.
The thing about it is that like Fortnite's free. You don't really have to do any of it. It's just kind of like a cool thing to have if you want it.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's like, bro, you're locking like sprite art for character panels. Like you're locking like rainbow electricity and like stuff that we had in Tekken 7 behind a paywall.
And also with that, they're drawing it out. Right now it's like a year, but eventually it's gonna be 3 years down the road getting the stuff that was like launched Tekken 7. It's like, bro, what?
This whole battle pass thing is a perfect example of them not really paying their diehard audience any mind at all.
Yeah.
It's clear that we're kind of just set to the wayside and they want whales. I feel like I know too much. I feel like getting good at the game and learning punishment and absorbing the frame data in practice mode. I feel like I'd have a lot more fun if I just never did any of that and just
Yeah.
played more with my casual friends.
People rush to get good at the game, but once you get good at the game, you realize that the game sucks. So it's like
Yeah.
you might as well just have fun not knowing and just doing stuff. Which is why I
You
think
know,
that Harada tried to like hide like frame data and stuff for so long.
oh yeah, that's a good point actually, huh? So he knew that the game was very nuanced and there was so much to learn, but he wanted to keep people in this area of sort of he wanted everyone playing Hood Tekken because Hood Tekken is fun.
Yeah.
Hood Tekken, you can play Hood Tekken at a party, no one cares. But if you're like that was minus 14 in a party, everyone's gonna look at you like, ugh, get this guy out of here, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Tekken's supposed to be, but
But season 2. What is your hopes for season 2? Like what do you wake up in the morning and hope is in season 2?
in my mind, it's so pointless to request anything
Yeah.
just because I know that like it's not going to happen. But if in a perfect world, I would have huge nerfs, buff absolutely no one because the Tekken works best without buffs.
Yeah.
No character needs a buffs. I'm just like you. I have no expectations. I can't even dream up of what I would want to spawn it. Because if we were playing Tekken 7, I could tell you a laundry list
Yeah.
of the changes
Cause,
that
cause
I
you
would
know it's
want.
possible. In this
Exactly.
game, it's
Yeah.
not possible that they remove heat, and it's not possible they remove force 50/50s mix-ups. Like it's just not. You know that's not what they're gonna do. So it's like to even like utter the words nerf mix up like they're not gonna do it. Are you a fan of Virtual Fighter? You played that game or anything?
I like it, but it's so hard. It's so difficult. And when I look, because you have to be like a mutant to be good at that game. I don't even know how to explain it, but like some of the things in that game, they need to make it easier. Not streamline the gameplay, obviously, because the gameplay is sublime and it's really fun. But some of the things, it's like just frame inputs and
Like
shit. It's so
unnecessarily difficult.
yeah, it's so bizarre.
Fighting game players will never admit it, but there's a lot of things in fighting games that's just difficult for no reason whatsoever.
Mm.
But then also you have the flip side where the developers make moves that are so powerful, so easy, like a one button heat smash.
Fighting games baseline philosophy in like the 90s and 80s or whatever when they were being developed was to steal coins from you. Ryu's Hadoken is quarter circle forward punch and not a singular button because they want quarters. And that's kind of what's been built upon it. And now they don't want quarters from you. They want to keep you in line. They want you to buy. So they'll entice you with a cool little button that lets you win.
That's a very interesting idea, and I never really thought about it that way, but it's true.
Why do you think that game over screen, the game was like game over? They want you to feel bad. They want you to know that you suck. You couldn't beat arcade mode. Dumbass. Restart. Put your quarter in.
Fighting games, it gives you such a skewed perspective on everything, and it's like that's what arcades really was about. Taking your quarters, making you lose all the time. That's how to get money.
You know what's also important is this game needs more made of it, I think. I think
Bro,
we
I
need
be saying
more.
that. That's how you know you're successful is when you have
Yeah.
that like there. Like you can make fun of it all you want, but it's kind of a necessity.
Do you know what having Overwatch characters in ads did to that game? Quadrupled its audience. I'm not even kidding. We don't have a Chun-Li. We don't have an Akuma. We don't have like these ultra recognizable things that are present in the modern zeitgeist. The only one who's probably penetrated any media at all is probably Kazuya because of his I'm not going to sugarcoat it meme.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's basically it. Like because if you show a pretty Chinese woman with buns, she'll probably think, she kind of looks like Chun-Li, right?
Yeah.
But nobody's gonna look like at a hot blonde Irish woman and think, oh, Nina Williams. No one.
Tekken doesn't really have any like icons that shine through. Maybe at one point in time they could have used Eddie, but he's been treated so poorly over time.
Not only did he fall off, but he was also made a mockery of in 7. I don't know if you played his story or whatever.
Yeah, the Lucky
But
Chloe.
when you finish it, Lucky Chloe like makes fun of him or something like That
Yeah.
is just so. Oh man.
And I feel like Tekken 7 did that a lot. Like you have Master Raven calling Raven an imbecile. And I think Tekken 8 tried to
Oh.
course correct a lot of that. Like with Raven, they gave him back his honor, like, you know, having him be stronger than Victor and Victor talking about how great he is.